All right, welcome to our first day of class. This is a little introduction of helping you navigate through our class. So whenever you log in to our class, you've got a little sandwich bar guy up here that will have all your classes listed. And you may be in this intro to acting class, you may not. I'm just using this as kind of a template. But whenever you log into your class, this should be the first thing you see. There'll always be announcements. Announcements will be a place where I can tell you upcoming things, really brief, kind of short things. This one's probably the longest announcement we'll have, but we'll read this in class. But this is kind of always a launching pad of where we'll be. That won't be there anymore because that's what I'm filming. So some important things to look at. Up here, when you first get started, assessments, click that. You've got options. Here's where your assignments will live, although you don't really need to go there because you'll look through it through content. Discussions if we have them, but the most important is grades. So you can click grades, and here's where you can follow along your grades. Now, the most important thing about this class is they're your grades. They're not mine. So you need to make sure and be on track of your own grades because at the end of the semester, I will make sure that everything on my end is right, but it's not my grade, it's your grade. So you need to make sure that you're aware that you have all this stuff in and that's calculated. And that way to do that is to keep track of all the assignments here and go, oh no, wait a minute, I did that first idea assignment and it's still got a dash. Then you email me and say, hey, I turned that in, I'll check it out, we'll get it fixed. Okay, so that's our assessment. Now you can always go up to this bar up here and that'll kind of get you back to the landing page. Now the most important button is this content. You want to click that and then there'll be an overview. This is kind of my information. There will be a syllabus here when you do this, go through it. That's kind of some overall information. Now, the most important is down here. So we'll go week by week. So every week we'll have week 1 and I'll put the date. So there's our first week and you click that and then that's going to bring you over here. And every week you'll have, up here you'll have, these are the tasks that you have to complete this week. Okay. This is the joy of flipping the class. You can do this all in one night. You can do this over the week, but how do you know when things are due? Well, look at your checklist, and you have a beautiful checklist saying what needs to be completed. And as you do it, you complete it. If there's certain dates that need to be done, it'll say, like, we're performing the serial play. Oh, but that's in class on Thursday, August 29th. We don't have to worry about that till then. If it doesn't have a date, then it's just all due by Sunday. So now if you go back, so every week we'll have a checklist. Every week we'll have an overview. You'll have a last week recap where I'll have a video or text talking about things that we learned last week. I'll have text or video talking about what we're planning to do this week. And then the schedule. So then, and this is the schedule in class. So Thursday, here's what we'll do. Tuesday, here's what we'll do. Thursday. So every week you can be informed and know what's going on. So those are kind of the two most important things, your checklist and your week 1 overview. And then it's just assignments. So you'll have, as you see over here, you'll have what's called acting class vocabulary. So throughout the whole semester, we'll just be working on acting vocabulary. And so this week, we'll be working on vulnerability. So if you click the vulnerability lecture, you'll have stuff to read, videos to watch, things to talk about, things to think about. And again, when we're flipping the class, it is so crucial for you guys to look at this. And I can tell, like I said in class, I can tell if you've read this or not. That's the joy of technology. So like I said in the rule for the class is if you don't do the lecture before, you don't get to participate in the actions in class. And that's how we really learn. And so then we go back and that was a lecture. Well, that's vulnerability. Go back one more. Oops, too far. So go to content. This is good. Content, week 1. There we are. And so then you've got an assignment, the 2 truths and 1 lie that we talked about in class. Here's my video that you can watch to see an example. And it's really important when you're doing these, you can read all this kind of out here, but to actually do the assignment, you need to click this button up top here. And then you can scroll down and then you can start a new thread. Make sure to title it. Whenever titling the subject, always put your name in it too, so you can do whatever you want. Boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. And then, but make sure, so type whatever you want, but then always put your full name after, so we all know what that is. You will submit it. Sometimes it's videos, and I'll explain how to do that on a video. If you're doing it from your phone or straight from your computer, you go to this second button that I said here. It's kind of like a camera. And then you go to My Computer and then upload the thing in there and add it. Right now, for some reason, it's not working, so we're working on that. And if it changes, I'll let you know, make another video about how to do that. Sometimes we'll type some stuff and then just post it, and then I'll see it, or the class will see it. And then, so yeah, so you just kind of do that, and then here's an assignment that we'll do in class. There's the serial play, the famous serial play. Yes, there's my house. I love cereal. That's why we do it. Yeah, and so basically that's it. Week by week you'll go, and then, but here I'll always leave the class vocabulary, and here's the cool part about flipping a class. You can go ahead and you can go, well, I want to know about conflict, or I haven't learned about it in class, but I'm bored and I want to. And so I'm going to start reading this lecture about conflict. These are always going to be short and kind of like little blog posts, and I always try to find videos and stuff to help teach what I'm trying to get you to understand. But this will always be a resource for you. So we'll be working on your monologue or scene and be like, you know what, I still don't feel like you're understanding actions. And so go back and read the lecture on actions and review the objective, because I still feel like you're missing that. You'll be able to do that. You won't have to be able to just frantically try to take notes. That's what's great about technology. So this class vocabulary part will always be there. And these are basically the principles that I'll teach you. There's more inside than there are with some others. And then on the top, you'll just go week by week, finding all that information. If you have any questions about this, if you have any problems about posting a video, understanding how D2L works, it can be a little crazy at first. And I have to admit, last semester was the first time I used D2L, and I did an okay job, but I've been taking some classes to help understand it. And it's a really valuable tool. And like I said, I probably told you in class, I'm geeking out about flipping the classroom, because we basically already flip the classroom in acting classes with the application, but we don't flip it with the content. And that's where you can really get, oh, and let me show you one more thing. So when you're going here and you're in a lecture, so let's find week 1, vulnerability. When you're in vulnerability, you can go read, and look, you can download it. Download all this stuff. I try to do YouTube links and not just embedded videos, so you can keep this stuff. So these are your notes that you can have forever and ever. Print it if you want and take it with you to class. But we really have to train ourselves that we're going to do the studying that we need to outside of class. And I've put in all this time and energy making these available for you for outside of class. So all that we're doing inside in class is the work. But if you don't do the work outside, you won't be able to do the work inside. So again, if you have any questions, let me know. Super excited. All right, I'm at 9 minutes. That's perfect.